throughout the region help bring this together, and we capture some data that is very important to help attract and help promote the region as a manufacturing destination.
We spoke to your chairman, Jim Darling, earlier, and I just said it must have taken so much effort, so much work from your team, because you have so much in there that's never been collated before.
Yeah, it's an effort from everybody, my team, of course, but really kudos to some of the vendors that we have to hire, to get some of these boots on the ground. As you well know, we're a team of 8, and with 8 you can't do everything. But we have people and vendors that believe in what we're trying to do and support us, and they were able to help us get, especially on the Mexico side, you know how difficult it is to get data from over there, but we were able to get it.
How long ago did you think about this? When did the idea come to you, and about what period has it taken to get to this point today?
It was probably in mid-2025, and then we had our introductory meeting in early December, and we promised the first deliverable first quarter of 2026, and we're here. It's just the tip of the iceberg. As I mentioned to you, we are cataloging also higher education, the processes that they have programs for, and once we catalog that, we'll be able to bring that together with this data and find some gaps. And also, we need to also catalog some of the industry needs that exist out there, where they're seeing their gaps in workforce pipeline.
And so you had a PowerPoint presentation today with this data, and the thing that struck me was how user-friendly it all looked. It just looked so easy. You learn the basics of how to navigate and how to put your search criteria in there, but it just looked as though the general public could easily follow this.
Yeah, we tried to make it as simple as possible. I always like to tell everybody, if Adam can do it, anybody can. So we definitely wanted it to be user-friendly, attractive to the vision, and also be able to create a report from it. So if you're looking at your community and you're sorting based on certain criteria, you will get all the graphs associated with it and have all that data in a presentation form that you can use to present, to complete RFIs, to use it for grant acquisition as well. So that's what we're trying to do and bring that together.
You, as a group, you're well known for bringing site selectors to our region. What do you think they're going to think of this data, all this new information that they never had before? How much is it going to help them?
Well, I think it'll help them quite a bit in understanding our region much better as to how many companies we have here that do, metalwork, electronics, or things like that, but also the processes that they use and what their companies are looking for. So my team will be using this tool when they go out to the Site Selector Guild conferences, all Site Selector conferences, and other Select USA conferences, to let them know that they can find out more about our region by just clicking on that link and doing that sort.
And like you've always said, the hard bit is getting them here. Once they're here, it's much easier for you to sell it because of all the assets we have, but it's getting them on that plane to come down here. This data is going to help get them on that plane.
Yes, that's exactly what we want. We want them to come visit. I think you and I are both a testament to that. I wasn't born here, but I got here as fast as I could. You weren't born here, and you're still here. I've been here a little over 40 years now, and I call this home.
I know it's early days. You had a lot of EDCs represented in the audience today, but early feedback from those guys.
Yeah, one of the feedback was they wanted a little more detail. I think we will be able to provide a little more detail at the company level for the EDCs. It's not something that the companies wanted us to make public, especially their contact information for obvious reasons, but we'll definitely be able to work probably a lot more closely with a lot more of the details of the data with the EDCs and the higher ed.
It's got to make their job so much easier, hasn't it? Because they've never had this sort of data. They know their city, but to have the whole region mapped out for them, the assets that we have in the world of manufacturing, it's got to help them as well.
Yeah, I think you're right on target. Even though we're individual cities, we got to consider ourselves one big region that can help attract a lot more manufacturing. Our workforce travels from Brownsville to La Jolla to McAllen and to mission and back and forth. So everybody benefits, higher ed benefits, manufacturing benefits, retail benefits, housing. Everybody benefits from working together and regionalism.
And so your next steps, I guess your next step is to go out and sell this.
Well, I'm not selling it.
Not in dollar amounts, but promoting
what
it.
What we're doing is giving it, away. It is data that we provide for our region. We're a not-for-profit public charity, that works, of course, with our funding and our donors. Thank our donors for everything they do to help us provide reports like this. Our next one is the manufacturing economic impact report that's about to come out. I already have it in my hand. I'm just reviewing it. And then we're going to do some comparisons on economic impact on manufacturing versus warehousing versus retail, so that we can give a clear picture of where we need to use our resources to help attract new industry.
You've wanted that for a long time, I know.
I've been wanting that for over 5 years. I know that we've had plenty of conversations on trying to get together, and it's hard work, but I think we can get it done.
That's going to be very useful, because then all the cities, all the leaders, economic development groups, they're going to know which sectors we should be focused on.
Right. I know that each community, is very heavily leaned towards, tax collections and that, because that's where the revenue comes for all their projects. And I think when they start seeing the realistics that, sometimes, manufacturing creates a 3.6 times effect of jobs being created and plus tax dollars, 3 times the tax dollars. I mean, that has a huge impact on that decision-making process.
So you put me right. You're not going to sell this. It's out. It's going to be out there now for the public. But so what else is on the horizon for COSTEP? Any good new fan tours like the one you had with Index?
Yeah, I think at the end of March we have ANAPSA, which is another automotive cluster, coming in April. I think we have Guanajuato automotive cluster. Then we're working on with Querétaro aerospace cluster also coming in. We also have a technological cluster from Mexico that are already in the works of creating a FAM tour. So we're not going to deviate from FAM tour. We started as an organization that wanted to put people on planes and bring them here, showcase the region, introduce them to the stakeholders, and our stakeholders like EDCs and schools help us sell the region.
Like, as it's the first time I've seen you since you brought the Index leaders from all over Mexico here, let me ask, how did that go? What was the feedback from that group?
It was very positive. They really enjoyed seeing the EDC panels. They saw, the fact that the EDCs are willing to work together and get together in one room and pitch the region. They were very impressed with that. The other thing they were impressed with is our infrastructure. Some of them had never been in this part of South Texas, and they loved it. They literally loved it. Some of them are already calling and making plans to do individual visits to start talking more directly about potential projects in the near future.
Those were all the questions I had, Adam. Have I missed anything out? Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just wanted to, again, thank our donors for all their help and their support and their trust that they place us. I'd like to thank the media for covering our events and being positive about what we're trying to do for Rio South Texas.